Hey guys, welcome back to Creative Blends, and this is the last part of the Toon shade tutorial. And the first thing we're going to do is uh, give some color to the contour shading. So first I'm going to add in a mix shader and then duplicate our emission shader. I'm going to just remove that color from there and then give some good color for that. Like this one could be something over here, and then we're going to connect this into the second one. And if you have seen all the previous tutorials by now, you should know that the way we give some lighting effect to this is like we want to make this part of the contour shading have a color and this one have a different color, because this right now removes the effect of shadows. So what we're going to do is add in a diffuse PSDF, duplicate the shader to RGB, connect it, add in a map range node. You can even use a color ramp or a math node for this. I'm going to use the map range node because it gives a lot more parameters to use. I'm going to just see the raw thing that we're going to get right now. And right now you can see that we have different colors over here, right? So this one is a shadow color, so I'm going to just give it some color like this, and then this one is going to be the first color. And right now I'm going to put this at 0.5 and then this one at 0.3, and then start seeing which looks better. Now I guess value near to this would look good, so 0.25, yeah, so 0.3 and 0.7. And right now you can see that it gives this gradient effect over there. I guess I'm going to keep this at 0.8, and right now we are going to bring all of the contour shadings that we have to the bottom, because if they're going to be at the top, then we're going to have to bring nearly 6 of the parameters to the top, which is going to be really boring. So I am going to just bring all of them to the bottom. And this one I'm going to rename this as dark, I guess dark, yeah, or dark strength or dark emission. I'm going to rename this as emission instead of strength. So then we are going to right now start adding colors to this. So this is going to be the light color, this is going to be the dark color. I guess I've not brought one of the contour shading to the bottom. Oh yeah, it's this one itself. This one is going to go to the top, these two are going to come to the bottom, and then this one is going to be the light strength. I'm going to just copy this and then paste it over here, and then rename this as light, and then bring that over to the top. And then we have some parameters for the opacity. So this one is the light opacity, so I'm going to bring this one over here, light opacity, and then bring that before the dark one. I'm going to rename this as light color, this one as dark color, and then we have our controls for the controlling of where we need each color. And then we have our dark opacity, which I'm going to particularly bring over to the top after the dark emission. So we have a lot of parameters over here for that as well. Now the next thing is really important, and it's about metallic effect. And for the metallic effect, I'm going to show you another blend file. Over here, if you see from the camera view, I've used a lot of nodes over here, all from the normal, and from the camera view, all of this look quite good, and I've even rendered this. But when I go into the other view, it's gonna look really crappy. But we just need an image for this, so you can download the blend file in the link in the description, or even the image. Now I'm gonna just come over here, add in an image texture, connect it, and then in the pictures I have my matte cap texture, and it's gonna look something like this right now. And keep this at normal instead of UV, and add in the vector transform, keep it at object or camera, sorry. And there are two things. One, if it's at point, then it's going to be 0.5, 0.5, and if it's at texture, it's going to be 1 and then 2. So make sure whichever it is that you're using, the values are correct. Then we are going to add in a map range node over here as always, and then add in a mix RGB, connect this into the factor. This one is going to be black and this one is going to be white, giving us nearly the same effect. And then of course this is an image, so there are going to be some differences, but it's not to worry about flat. Now you can even keep this at non-color or raw as well. I guess I'm going to keep this at sRGB. I'll just see which looks better. XYZ. Okay. Either you can use sRGB or filmic log with for analysis use or sRGB. So right now you're gonna just see something that's happening. Nothing too serious. I'm really sorry something happened. So, but you can see that if I kind of like bring in any other model, like let's just bring in our monkey and Taurus, and then add the same material for both of them. I'm gonna just join them and then add them. Right now you're gonna see that it nearly works really well for both of them. Like it's giving the same metallic effect for both of them, which is what we want. So I'm going to just remove the torus and for now work with our monkey. And the special thing is, if I just take in this and put this at the dark value, I guess the light value, and change the color of it. Let's just keep that at the dark value, and then change this one's color, something like this. We're gonna get this effect while having the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna just bring in another monkey. It's lost its eyes over there, so yeah. So the next thing is, you could say some color gradient, and the reason is that, yeah, you can actually use it even as you know the even you can use the dark value for coloring it. Whichever you prefer is okay, is fine. I'm going to just make a new node group for this. I rename this as madcap. And then connect the colors. This is going to be the light color, this is going to be the dark color, and then this is going to all be the controllers, opacity, everything else. So madcap we have. Now the next thing I want to show you is, right now if I just connect the second one over here, yeah, so even if you connect the normal madcap over here, which also works fine, you can still control anything over here. I guess this is our no, it's proper, yeah. So even this way you can use this. So the next thing, as I was saying, is some color gradient, because right now if you just make, I'm gonna just make the softness to 0 to show you this. You can see that it's just one color over here, and I would like to have some variation over there. So I'm gonna add in a gradient texture, connect it into the base color. Even for the shadow it's going to work, but right now I'm just showing it for the base color. And then add in a mix RGB, make control T over there. You can use the normal or generated, whichever is fine for you, but right now I'm going to use generated. Now over here the X, X over here is going to kind of like work as a controller for the colors, but right now you're gonna not see such a division. And for that we're gonna add in a map range node, which is going to solve that problem. Right now if I keep our this at 0, and then use this to make an hard edge, you can see, yeah. So I'm going to put this somewhere here, and then you can use this to control. Right now I'm just showing off what this helps, and then we have a rotation as well, which you could use. Right now I'm going to just change the colors so it looks something for this one, and I'm going to keep this at uh, 0.1 and this at 0.8. And you can actually even give a kind of influence through the light by just adding a diffuse shader and shader to RGB over there, and then connecting the shader and the color in over here, and then keeping it over there. And what you could actually do is add in a gamma node over here, and then control the amount. You can see, or you could even add in normal math node. This time let's just use the math node, and then keep this at power and use the exponent. It's going to kind of give the same effect. You can even use the add over here to give the same kind of effect. Is if it's add, then it's going to be in the minus factor. Yeah, so you can see the add gives kind of the effect I need, so I'm going to use the add. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this somewhere here, and then use this. I'm going to keep this over here, and then this one, it's something like this. And you can see we have a variation, even though it's not too prominent, it still gives a really good effect. And I'm gonna make a new node group for this as well, call it color gradient. Now this and the other gradient do different works. Oh yeah, so and we're gonna give parameters for this as well. We're gonna have parameters for everything, and I guess, and in this there is no light color and dark color. And what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to just duplicate this math node over here, and then take the result over here and plug in this into the color. And then this one is can be something like a factor to see the light, light influence. So light influence, and then this is going to be the light influence power. I'm going to just duplicate the group input over there, and then connect all of these over here, starting from this and this and this as well. And then we're going to add in a combine XYZ node, connect the location in over here, and use the X as the position of the gradient. And then we have our rotation that we can use, so I'm gonna plug in the rotation directly over here. So we have a color gradient which has a lot of parameters right now, and I'm going to just even put this color gradient into our shadow color, and then just change the colors a little bit. uh, so for the shadow, I'm going to just remove the factor or the power, and then use this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to shift the colors. This one's going to come over here, uh, this color is going to come over here, and then this one's going to become the darker one, or it's going to look way too out of space. So this one's going to be that, and this one's going to be the second color. And you can see we have a gradient for this as well. If you can notice it, you can actually use the factor if you want. It's also going to give a good effect. So that's it for today's tutorial, and that ends our Toon shader series. And I hope you're going to be able to do a lot of things with this. And bye bye.